I can't remember what we did. No, it's because I've been on holiday. Hello, welcome to Rhino Weekly. This week we're starting a new build project in Middleton. Some 273 piles on this, 2 drop weights. We have an extension in Sandbach. We have a job in Bradford for a new build house. And we have some bits of Canaan running around. So, here we go.
We have a new starter in our midst. Someone who's been editing the videos for the last 3 weeks. Someone who's incredibly good at it. Somebody who's incredibly charismatic and handsome. No, I'm not talking about myself. Welcome to the team.
Hi, good to be here.
Is it? I'll let Jamie explain to us what we were doing in Bradford.
So this week on Monday morning, it's my first ever shoot. Went out to Bradford to see the new build site, the second plot we're doing on it. I got to capture some of the caging, and we had to get it done quickly because the very next day we had Canaan going to shoot the concrete going in. And yes, let's see if they got it done in time. Beauty.
You find bottles like that, but in like, stuff that's like shale, somewhere I could dump him, but I've got one there. And his brother works out, I think he's 125-year-old.
It's an old Bovril tub, this.
One of the bottles had a firm on, and that firm's still going in Bradford somewhere.
So here we got Sean and Cal dropping off some extra L-bars for Jaden and John to fit out this new build caging job in Bradford, and then they headed off to the next job.
Oh, Middleton. So let's go over to the Middleton job. See Scott and Ace, we've got the drop weights going, knocking in the 273 piles. Let's go and have a look what's going on.
First two piles on this Middleton job have gone to a depth of 8 meters and 9 meters each. Problem is that the welds on the starting piles at 3 meters have split on both. So obviously you drive the pile, you weld another follower pile on top, and then you keep doing that to the desired depth until set. But with these, the welds on the 3 meter have cracked, so the starting pile is separated from the followers, which is a bit of a nightmare. Usually it's fine as long as you can throw some stones down there into the actual pile, and then it'll drag the follower down with the rest of the pile and it'll seal again. We've tried that and it hasn't worked, so maybe check back later in either this video or next video and see how we solve this one.
It's hard to tell, but the pile, because of the weld splitting on the 3 meter starting pile, there is now water just filling into the bottom of the pile.
Wow, Middleton. Oh. So let's go back to Bradford and see the concrete going in. We had some local suppliers spot on concrete, dropping in some concrete straight from the truck, no barrowing needed, which the boys really appreciated.
Decent gear.
Decent gear, it was beautiful concrete, yeah. But yeah, let's see how good it looks in the end.
Yeah, they could drive straight in, couldn't they? And then they could just reverse up and straight pour it. I was going to ask you if it was going to be pumped or not, because I know it's a lot of concrete. Don't take too many photos, you'll be putting me out of a job. ran out of concrete right as we're full.
Well, but nearly.
Ah, right.
I don't think he's that far off.
Done all right. Do you know how much it is in total?
The first 2 wagons used 18. I said 24. I remember once, because they do it to point, and I got it once dead on the point. So this should point, yeah. No one believes me, but Booby obviously does. Booby's the guy that I was with. And I got it dead on to the point. It was crazy.
So this week I had the privilege of driving down to the beautiful countryside in Sandbach to go and visit Sean and Liam's piling job. To my knowledge, there are 8 piles being driven, and they're predicted at a depth of 6 meters, and they're 150 millimeter diameter, so they're nice and slick and thin, so they should go down pretty easy. It's for a house extension on the side and the front. It's actually 2 separate plots, 4 piles in each, so that'll be interesting. Let's go see how we went.
All needs 100 mil digging up. We're all 400.
It's not big enough for your cage then, is it?
No. 36 bit. Then 4 in this, 4 in that. I've put the compressor there. And the fan there. If you need to move it.
Yeah, sure. I'll go around.
Yeah, we'll just put it forward. I'll have one. Oh, good, darling. Yeah, thank you very much.
For the 1 minute crew.
Where I get the numbers, I can start backing the pile. That's what I mean. Amy, how it's squeaking and dragging. Go on, we'll get her out anyway. pile the other day. A leg pressed 640 kilos.
640 kilos.
640 kilos for like 4 reps.
He's not opened the door for you. It's always a party with you, John. Well, let's get one of these on our shoulder then. I do it all, me. We're in Sandbach today, and Sean and Liam are driving 8 piles in total. Originally they were meant to only go to 6 meters, but they've actually gone to 10. So they ran out of following piles. So the concrete guys, Aaron and Jono, have come by to drop off some following piles, and we've all gone and put them in the corner ready for them to go in. There you go. Could not have done it without them. So yeah, at the moment this is the 4th pile behind us here that Liam's welding up. And once the lads have got this sorted, I think that, is that 6 or 8 meters that?
That's 10 meters to the top.
Is that 10 meters to the top?
Yeah.
Right, so this is the final pile on this part, and then the other part, I imagine they'll start driving those piles straight afterwards, won't you? Probably?
Yeah.
Nice one. And then we're coming back tomorrow to do cages and then concrete. Sorted?
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. It's windy out there. Hello again. So, I'm going to do something a little bit differently for you guys in terms of concrete content this week. The guys have been out delivering concrete all week. I haven't got time today to go out to film a concrete job. However, we're doing something special. You might remember Steve, he said some really nice things about us as a company. Honest truth, it was his idea. We were having a chat, me and him, while the guys were finishing the concrete slab in his garden. And he said, how about I do a video for you? I'd really like to do a video and, you know, promote you and say, you've done a great job. These guys are great. And I said, that's a brilliant idea. Thank you very much. But Steve is a smart man. And he said, well, what's in it for me? So I'll tell you what's in it for Steve. We've got him a hat, a Rhino hat, fresh from stock. In here is a Rhino concrete / Rhino piling mug. It's in the box to protect it during the journey. We've got some Maltesers that are probably going to make all sorts of noise. And finally, something really special. We've only got one of these, and we have one of these because I found it. A Rhino hoodie in black. Now, all of our Rhino clothes are either a jumper, a gilet like this, or high vis. So this is the only Rhino hoodie that I've ever seen in my nearly a year of working here. So let's go drop them off. So we're just leaving Hyde at the moment. It doesn't seem like much. I know these videos are sort of a certain amount of time long, but they do take a lot of effort to make. You know, we're happy to make that effort for you guys because the quality of the content has improved massively. Not only that, it's also more fun. It's more dynamic. Sure, Brad will say the same thing, whether it's on camera or not, but he'll say that he's really enjoying it too, because I can tell. There's so many benefits from just filming the whole process, because you get to see not only what we film for and the money maker, which is piling and concrete, but you also get to see what goes into our week. If you want to create a sort of fan base that is truly interested in what you are putting out as a content creator, which is what we are now, we're content creators, then you have to tap into an audience that actually really goes out of their way to see your videos. They'll come back and watch another, and they'll keep in touch with us. You can comment on the videos, as you know. We encourage it. Let us know what you think we can do to improve, but also let us know what you liked about the videos too. In the meantime, we're 13 minutes away, and I've been recording for 10 minutes, and it's a 15-minute drive, supposedly. Make that make sense, because I can't make sense of it. I'm wondering, on this journey, if because I'm filming, we'll get lucky and we'll see some road rage from Kanan. Because something that I think doesn't get spoken about enough is the standard of driving in Manchester. It's scary at times. I really feel for the concrete guys because they're driving a much bigger, heavier, slower vehicle. When you're driving something of that size, you don't want to be, you know, dodging people, cutting you off, people slamming their brakes on because they were on their phones. You just really don't want that for yourself, especially not in a concrete wagon when you're fully loaded. Don't put me yawning in the video, please. Please. A bit of a recap on the concrete job that we did for Steve at his house. It was grade C30 concrete. It was for a slab. And for those of you who don't know what a slab is, it's just essentially a large flat plane of concrete. Base level foundations for something like a small garage or a shed or a summer house, something like that. In this case, I believe it's a summer house for Steve. The view at his property is incredible. It's really, really nice. He wanted a summer house that he can go and sit in, and I don't blame the guy. It's sort of the perfect spot. And just like that, here we are. Senor Steve's house. So I have arrived at Steve's house. I'm going to go and drop the goodies off. I'm not going to be filming him because he's done enough. So I'll see you in a minute. Just dropped the gifts off with Steve. He was made up with them. Obviously, he's a dead nice chap. He was happy about the hoodie because I'd obviously told him I just found it. I'm just really happy that he enjoyed the process and he was happy with the end result. He mentioned the progress of his summer house. So they've actually started laying the bricks. They've got the walls up now, and they've got a panoramic window, proper double glazing and everything getting installed, which is fantastic. Made some progress already, and he suggested that once it's finished, he's going to do a barbecue for like a grand opening of it. He's going to invite some friends and stuff, and he extended the invitation to Rhino to come by and see the end result. So I'd imagine in the next 3, 4, 5 weeks, however long it takes to finish that, just right in time for summer, we'll go back and we'll show you the progress. So stay tuned for that one. In the meantime, I'm going to get some lunch. I'm hungry, and then I'm going back to the office. No, in all seriousness, I visited Sandbach. Sean and Liam were driving the piles. Obviously, they were predicted to be a depth of 6 meters, and it turns out they were going to 9, 9.5, even 10 meters. So they actually ran out of following piles. So Rhino Concrete, in their infinite generosity, decided to drive down and deliver some followers. A great bit of teamwork. It was really nice to see. Let's see how tomorrow goes, where we're caging it up and we're pouring concrete.
Yeah, I like BB pellets, man.
Oh, all the stone fragments flying out the top.
It's ice, that.
It's ice, yeah.
It's ice?
Yeah.
Go on, show us.
Compressed air
Right.
freezes it. See it down there, yeah.
Crikey. I noticed you've cut a piece out. Is that for the pipe that goes through?
So these electric pipes here, you've got an arm and cable going over there, and you've got one coming from the brick as well.
Right.
You've notched it.
Okay.
So that top cable that comes on a bend, that'll go into the cage there. This one here will allow it to go into that.
Let's take it back to straight hip hop and start it from scratch.